I have a variety of different states in my emotional body and my being at a variety of different times.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And sometimes those include a fair amount of pain or especially anxiety or especially, sometimes I would even call it fear or dread.
What was the first?
Fear or dread, anxiety, pain. Not all the time, right? But in those times, it can feel like a dominating kind of experience. And it almost feels like something that it's a vibration that I'm carrying in a way that almost feels like it's a deep relic, you know, something that's not mine, karmic, or a result of, who knows, drugs I've taken, or, you know, any number of things, right? And so when I hear you talk about, okay, we'll drop into, like in our guided meditation, you know, drop into your joy. I wasn't aware of very much joy.
Why not?
I was aware of more, say, fear.
Were you joyful about that?
No.
Why not? Are you not happy to see the fear? Isn't it so amazing that you can see the fear? Isn't that joyful? Because it means you're not the fear. Are you my hand?
No.
So then what does it do, what I do with my hand? If you see that you're not my hand, then this does not matter to your state of being. In other words, your state of being is still up to you whether or not you feel anger, whether or not you feel fear, whether or not you feel dread is not the issue. Your attitude towards that is where you can break free. You can't break free with the appearance that you're having. That's already there. If you're already feeling dread, dread is there. What you can change is how you see it, how you approach it, how excited you are about you perceiving the fear or the dread, and how confident you are that it will move through your experience and make room for something more preferable. But perhaps you have not built that confidence yet, that you can have that freedom and that things can move through and turn into joy very quickly. But even while they're not joy yet, if you develop a joyful attitude, it will change. It's like looking straight into the mirror, and what you see is the cry or the frown or the frustrating face, the frustrated, dreadful face, the anxious face in the mirror. But by looking at it in the mirror, you reflect it because you feel the same as the feeling. But if you change the way you feel about what you see, you can change the way you feel about dread. You can change the way you see anger. You can change the way you see fear. You can change the way you experience anxiety. If you make that more exciting, what will happen is that the guy that's looking in the mirror at his own reflection will start to smile. And then what happens is that the emotional system will start to smile. Does that make sense? Have you ever tried that dual state awareness of yourself where, okay, this is what I'm feeling, but this is who I am. I am the one that's choosing to see it in a certain light. I am the vibrational responder to the feelings. I'm not the feelings. The feelings don't define me. I choose how I want to feel about the feelings that already have arisen. If they've already arisen, it's already out of your control. It's already accepted. It's already a perfect part of the canvas of life. You don't have to accept it anymore. You don't have to struggle about it. You don't have to worry about it. You're too fucking late. It's there. It's already accepted. It's already allowed by creation. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. So you're totally at peace when you're angry. You're totally at peace when you're dreading. You're totally at peace when you're anxious because it's already created. And the Creator itself already accepted it in your system of experience. Knowing that, now you, apart from the vibration that's already manifest, has the ability to change the vibration about what you're seeing or focus on something else altogether. The more you focus on those relics, the more you focus on those vibrations, the more they will become your vibration, and the more the mirror will again reflect it to you and again reflect it to you. So it's not karmically holding you under control. It's because if you're focused on them that you're holding yourself within the same paradigm of experience. And you can change that by seeing that you're not what already is. You are free to create whatever is not yet here by placing your focus elsewhere. By putting your focus on a preferred state of being, even while something is gnawing at you. That does not have to distract you. It's already created. Creation has already endorsed it, taken care of it, is loving it, is already holding it in its infinite embrace. You don't have to practice mindfulness with it. You don't even have to choose to be fucking aware of it. Let the dread take care of itself. Oh, dread, fun. Go ahead. Something else take care of that within my body. I don't care. I'm going to be in the energy I want to actually make manifest. Is that dread and anxiety and fear, or is that love and confidence and optimism and excitement?
All those things.
The last ones?
The last one's creativity, empathy.
Awesome.
Yes.
So then you have to either, two options basically, the most efficient in my eyes. Either you take a creative outlook on the negativity that already is manifest, the negative feelings that are already here, you have to bring a new view to them and then transform them. Like looking at the mirror, seeing yourself frown. You weren't realizing that you were creating frown, but now that you experienced the frown inside of your awareness, you can change it to a smile. And when you do, the emotional experience and the physicalized, attracted, manifest experience will start to change and follow you. It may take a little bit of time because there is some time delay within physical reality, but that time delay is becoming less and less and less as we're ascending into fourth density reality. So either bring a creative, fearless, joyful, confident, optimistic attitude to these emotions and love the shit out of them as if they're not yours, as if they're not you. Just love them unconditionally like they're your kids. Mm-hmm. Or you look away from them altogether and you use your energy to ignore what is for the sake of bringing in a new energy that can then replace what is. So then what you're doing is you're seeing yourself frown in the mirror, but instead of focusing on the frown and trying to smile at it, for some people that doesn't work, you simply leave the fucking bathroom, you go have a fun experience, you focus on something else, you come back, you wash your hands, you look up at the mirror and you're smiling. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you can change your experience in that way too, by distracting yourself. Not really distracting, it's more like choosing to focus on what does bring you joy.
Like you've said, connect with purpose is one thing that you've said.
Absolutely.
Which I don't often feel like I have access, even access to organizing around purpose.
It might not work for you in that way. It works where I'm at presently, and the challenges that I go through, like one of the relieving things for me is to remember that this is not about me. Mm-hmm. So to tune back into my sense of purpose and service and joy and expansion and shepherding consciousness, that puts me right back on track. And that makes me forget all about my personal challenges or struggles or comparisons or anything like that.
That sounds awesome. I'd love to have a purpose like that to organize around.
Cool, but what is your purpose?
Don't know.
It will develop as you start feeling better and better. The more you align the way you see life, align it, make it clear, make it in alignment with the way your higher self sees your life and intends for your life to be received and appreciated and experienced. The more you are in that appreciative experience, the more that will flow to you, and the more clear you will become on your purpose, and more of your purpose, and more of who you are, and more of why you're here, and more of what's truly your quality, and less bias, and less relics from surrounding forces or energies, which are still agreed upon by you for the purpose of transformation. Nevertheless, less and less of that will be part of your experience. More and more, you'll just end up with the crystal that is you, the crystal clear, crystal line light that is you. And when that's the case, you will always be able to tap into your purpose, at least to some extent. But even before that, you can tap into other things that bring you relief. It doesn't have to be your purpose. It can be something that you desire, which is always in alignment with your purpose anyway. But that might be more obvious to you than your overall blueprint purpose for why you are here. That might be too abstract at this point. Might be too undiscovered. But the way that you undiscover it, or the way that you discover it, is by following your joy one breadcrumb at a time. And soon they'll turn into sandwiches and whole meals.
I like what you said about how whatever I'm bringing to this journey, my own psychology, trauma, neuroses,
Yes.
whatever, is all part of the gift that I'm bringing to
Beautiful. Well, there you go.
consciousness.
That's a purposeful way of seeing it. You know what I mean? There you go. That's it right there. To see like, hey, this is not all just about me. Like sometimes we get so stuck in the feeling that it's just me, nobody else knows what I'm going through, and this is just me creating suffering in this little cave that is me. It's way more exposed than that already. We just don't realize it. It's way more bright and light-filled. Our darkness is shining. Our darkness is absolutely shining. It's absolutely benefiting everyone. The moment we give ourselves that sense of purpose with it, we're already in alignment with ourselves so much more then now we can have the capacity of brightness and light to cope with the experience and channel it in positive ways. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
On behalf of tens of millions of people, every single time you struggle. And especially every single time that you remember it's not just about you, you're actually being of service. That's you tapping into your purpose, that's you tapping into your light, that's you letting in the goodness that is you, seeing that you're worthy of being able to give this service, seeing that you're able to give this service. And then from this space, you can build this relationship to all these beings that you're actually already helping. You're doing a great, great service. Transform dark into light. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. Focus less on the dark and more on the light. Give yourself that gift. And all those that are waiting for it as well, whether they know it or not. Can you give yourself that gift? Do you know you're worthy of more light? You don't have to carry this as a burden. You don't. You really, really don't. You can drop it. One of the fastest ways to accelerate is not even to focus on what you want and what accelerates you, but to simply let go of that weight. Because you're already filled with fucking helium. You're already wanting to rise so fast. The struggle we feel is by holding on to responsibilities and senses of unworthiness that are not ours. Every ounce of our being wants us to drop that idea. It's not a real idea. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of bliss. You're worthy of joy. You can still do all your service in a joyful, smooth manner. Even more so. So give yourself that gift, because you won't only give it to yourself. You'll give it to all those tens of millions of people that are energetically connected to your theme. So give them that gift. Like, if you increase the brightness of your life right now, but receiving the worthiness and the goodness and the abundance that you can generate for yourself, if you let that in, if you let that love in, if you know you don't have to hold on to negative things, if you can let it flow through, let it go, and let the goodness in and transform the whole way you see your life and yourself for the better. Bright, love-filled, worthiness-filled, infinite worthiness-filled, abundance-filled. When you do that, immediately, the very same moment, those tens of millions of people connected to your theme energetically, some kind of a brightness will show up in their day. Something will be different. They will be a little bit lighter as well. You're never doing this for yourself just alone. So thank you again. May your path be bright.